Good afternoon and welcome. What we've got ourselves here is, man, why are all these cars going by so much? We moved off the country so it'll be quiet. What we've got here is not a failure to communicate. It's a pirate's bounty. So I heard through a friend that they had a couple of Galaxies out at the Spokane Valley Pull and Save, so I had to go check it out. Did get some pretty cool stuff. We got some couple good armrests. Both cars were 4-doors. We got some bench seat trim, gas tank, one of the C's on the back of the 63, 65 horn ring, a little pitted, but I couldn't leave it there. I like it. It's a little bezel for the clock, I believe, on the 63. Got these nice box top sail panel pieces, radio piece. Got all the Galaxie lettering off the 63 Galaxie off the trunk, and didn't break a pin. I was so proud of myself. Got some 63 door handles. A clean up, a little bit of pitting, but not bad. I'm going to go ahead and unload all this stuff. In the meantime, let's check out the cars. So here we've got a 1965 Ford Custom here at Pull and Save in Spokane Valley, Washington. You can see it is a 6-cylinder car, be the 240 one-barrel carb. This one did have the, we'll take a look at the data plate here and see how this thing breaks down. Does have kind of a decentish front bumper on it. Got a little bit of corrosion right there, but the car is pretty beat up. Been pretty well picked over. Still does have the motor and trans in it. It is a 4-door, it is a custom 4-door sedan, so this isn't actually a Galaxie. As you can see, inside it's pretty much been ravished. Somebody has torn this thing apart. Somebody has already torn the pedals out of it, of course. Already converts theirs to a 4-speed. You can notice the Galaxies in 65 had the rectangular taillight, but the Ford Custom still had this. Too bad that one's got a little crack right there, but still has a decent lens in it. This would just be a standard 4-door pillared sedan. Let's look at the plate here. 54E, it is a Ford Custom 4-door. I would be the, I believe, the champagne beige paint. The trim coated 19, the Palomino, built on March 10th of 1965, approximately. This is what I don't get. These DSOs are usually like a 71 or 72 on the West Coast. This is a 0500. So I don't know if this was specially ordered for a fleet or something like that, but if anybody knows, please drop it in the comments below what this what the 0500 DSO is, because it doesn't show up on the charts. Axle 1, 300 to 1, Ford 9-inch, and the 3-speed standard trans. This thing must have been a real barn burner. John 4 special right here. On the VIN 565 P Twin Cities Assembly Plant. 54 is the custom 4-door. The V the Tower of Power 240 straight 6 with 1 barrel carb, and then the succession number. So let's take a look inside. Definitely just standard fare crank windows. Still does have a crank vent window. See if this one still works. Oh, look at that. It's a little stiff, but she's still operational. This is very well picked over. Got a horn ring here. Looks like we still got parts of the dash. Oh, this one actually had a wiper washer. These switches are known for being bad. Well, it's a speedometer. This one did have a radio. Most likely just going to be the AM variety. So for being a stripper base model car, it did have an AM radio, which I probably would have harvested, except for somebody to cut the wiring on it. Whoever did this broke several. These are pretty brittle. Broke several pieces of this. It's broken up here. This side's completely broken off and gone, where the turn signal indicator is. So I hate it when people are just rough. You can see this right here. This is completely busted off. Another interesting fact about this car, see, it was definitely not an air conditioning car. 65 would have been the first year that they had integral air conditioning. Probably not going to find it on this custom, but the in some cars still had dealer installed AC as well. But this one here did have the 2-speed wipers with a washer, which is pretty, they've cut the wires and everything on these, and this is broken on the back, so otherwise I would probably harvest that as well. But that's pretty rare to find on a base model custom like this. So this would have been about basic standard transportation. She would have struggled to get up the hills, but unfortunately left for dead in a U-Pull-It yard. The hood was still decent. It does have some damage underneath on the inside. I mean, it's still structural, it's still usable. So I don't know that I'm actually going to take anything off this car. I kind of like the horn ring right here, but it's pretty pitted. Center emblem's intact though. The little plastic piece you can get. So I don't know, it's kind of cool. Maybe we will take that. We need some kind of souvenir. This, of course, being a custom 65, there were no disc brakes on Fords in 1965. This is going to be, you can see on the other side there, this is going to be 4-wheel drum brakes. Being 65, still going to have the single pot master cylinder, which is missing. Still does have the wiper motor on it, which could be good if it's still actually operational. So there's a couple things that might be good here. Still has the FOMO Co. Ford family of fine cars on the American road washer bag there. These are reproduced, so it's kind of cool finding original ones though. Let's see if we can see if this engine is not stuck. Still rolls over, so if somebody's looking for a 240 straight 6, there's the damage I was talking about in the hood. You can see that hole back there in the, and doing forensics, it looks like there's an entrance hole right here. So I'm guessing if we pull this down, we're gonna find, if this will even come down, man, these hinges are pretty rusty. I'll bet you we're gonna find, yep, I can feel it up there. You can probably see it. Where somebody shot a hole through the front of this hood. unfortunately. Battery tray rotten. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Power Punch oil supplements. Protects all motors. Power Punch products, Seattle, Washington. Huh, and you thought they were just known for Starbucks. Look at that. Standard heater box. If you go back and watch a couple of my previous heater core videos, you can see that where I'm talking about 63, 64, 60, 61. These heater cores are super easy to change because you can do it right here in the engine compartment. Of course, I think the AC car is a little different. This is a non-AC car, so pretty simple little heater box. Part of it's on the inside firewall, but the heater core resides inside right there. That bezel's cracked too, or I probably would have taken that. Not a horrible fender on this side, but fortunately they put a door right where you need to access that nut to get out. This bolt's almost always frozen in there and very difficult to remove. So getting this fender would probably prove to be a chore. Just a note here. Also, you're gonna find there's the Ford 9-inch rear end. See how rotten. You can tell this car was sitting in the dirt for a long time. And here they note it, 65 Galaxie. Again, it's not a Galaxie, it's a custom. Funny, one thing I notice here is we've got a trailer hitch on this car. 240 straight six, 3-speed manual, 300 rear gear. Boy, I hope it wasn't very heavy. And that thing looks pretty. They bolted it right to the bottom. See if you can see this here. They bolted it right to the bottom of the trunk floor and then to the bumper here. So I'm not seeing that as a real heavy duty hitch. So again, I couldn't imagine they'd be towing something real heavy with this car. They wouldn't be towing it real fast anyway. So let's move on and see what else we can find. Got a 64 Fairlane 4-door here. This would be a mid-size Ford. Let's see. Probably got a. Let's see what the. Let's take a look at the door tag. See what it tells us about this one. It's an F code. Should be a small block car. So originally was a V8 car. Like a V8 automatic. Fairlane emblem's broken. Quarters are rotted out of it. Front bumper's a little beat up. There's still a few trinkets on it, but so we got the fender emblem on it. Not too bad. Here's yet another 64 Fairlane. Another V8 car. Let's check the door. Probably an F, probably a 260 car. 260 automatic. So there's a radio in it. Yep, 42F. 260. Yeah, completely rotten out. corners. There is some trim here left if you've got a 4-door. But that's a Fairlane 500. You can still make out the outline of the 260 right there. Another clue of what this thing was originally. You can see these Fairlanes, unlike the Galaxies, were unit body construction. Shock towers similar to the Mustang and Falcon. This one, the battery tray is completely eaten away on. Couple Studebakers here. It says 63 champion on the doors. I'm thinking that's gonna be 53. This does not look like, even for Studebaker, this does not look like 60s technology. I'm not a big Studebaker guy, but hood there. With the Weather King heater in it. Column shift transmission. Cool, like those old pedals. Floor's completely gone. So here also, the Spokane Valley Pull and Save, we have a 1963 Ford Galaxie. So still some good parts on this one. Rear bumper's pretty decent. Got a little bit of a wow right there. Got some heavy rust in the trunk there. Still got a set of letters on it though. May have to harvest those. I was able to get the C off of it. So looking at the data plate here, the it's 54A, which is a Galaxie 500 4-door sedan, postcard, not a hardtop. Color X, Heritage Burgundy. Trim 66 was black. On or about March 15th it was produced. And a 74 DSO, which is very common in cars around here in the Northwest. That's a Seattle District Sales Office. Axle 4 is a 325-to-1 9-inch. And trans 4 is a Cruise-O-Matic, the small case, 3-speed Cruise-O-Matic. You see we got the VIN 363J. This thing was built in Los Angeles. 62, that's the Galaxie 500 4-door sedan. C 289, C code 2-barrel, and then your sequential production number. So this one's been pretty well picked over. There's no front clip on it. Still does have the engine in it though. See, it was an automatic car. That was the column in it with the green dot, Cruise-O-Matic. Armrest, although this one screw is completely rusted, I can't get it loose. I probably would have taken that. As you can see, like I said, the front clip is missing. Like the old Western Auto oil filter. The C3AE intake, 2-barrel cast iron, like say 289. I don't know if this motor is seized or not. It doesn't. Oh, nope. Look. Spun the crank for a hot second there. So, this motor may be free. Still complete with the valve covers on it. Somebody put a nice Buick cup on top of it. Washer pump. intake manifold, just C3OE. That'd be Fairlane, but again, that doesn't mean it wasn't used in a Galaxie. One thing on these Fords, not only do you have the warranty plate on the door, but you'll also have the VIN here on the cowl. You'll also have the VIN on both of these tabs. This will be on the passenger side and the driver's side. Drum brakes on this, of course. No disc brakes in '63. This was a power steering car. You can see the ram out. Manual brakes, single pot master cylinder, which you would find common through '66 actually. So might be a decent rebuildable 289 there for somebody if they need one. Like I say, I did get it to spin slightly. Windshield's cracked. Looks like somebody's already taken the driver's door. Do have a somebody was just here harvesting the dash. A lot of good trim for a four-door. Say they often misspell Galaxie in the salvage yard. Good rear window trim. This would be what we would call the box top design. Looks like this door here still had a decent armrest on it. And handle. Let's see if we can get that. Here's a door handle, pretty pitted. Part of the bezel, that one's pretty damaged. Miscellaneous junk laying in there. The ubiquitous ashtray in the back seat. So, somebody's nice, comfortable cruiser back in the day. Wasn't no Fireball with the 289, but a decent car. Probably got decent fuel mileage for its day. So again, left for dead, getting stripped of what's usable on it, and it will be crushed. Didn't even see it. It was laying right there. There's the other door. Passenger door, somebody had removed it for some odd reason. And it's just sitting here, cattywampus, up against this old truck. Looks like it has a decent armrest. We'll see if we can get this one. I got some good trinkets off of it. I was able to get some door handles, a couple good armrests. I got one of these off the other side. I was able to get these sail panels. There's still lots of good stuff here as far as like door handles and things like that, but I'm kind of out of time. I'm going to try to get up to the north yard if I have time and take a look up there. Of course, when I'm ready to go, I sent my buddy a picture. He just picked up a '64 Dodge D100 short box, and he's decided he wants the rear end out of this. So now here I am pulling the rear end, and I already got one set of U-bolts done. All praise to the Milwaukee. Wow, good unit. That's going to do it for this video today. At Pull and Save Spokane Valley. I thank you for watching. And remember, like, subscribe, get notified. Lots more full-size Ford stuff coming. We got a very, very busy summer planned. We thank you for watching. God bless, and have a wonderful afternoon.